Just gonna take my Hyundai IONIQ 5 for a walk this morning. Yep, keep going. Neighbors probably like, what in the world's going on? We are spending a week living with the Hyundai IONIQ 5, and look how many buttons are on this key fob. We have the lock, unlock, the charging, the horn, the trunk, and then you can park forward, park back. Let's hop in and head off to work. Today's video has been sponsored by Recurrent. They provide electric vehicle battery health reports because the battery in your EV is very expensive and very important. They have 3 different kinds of reports. They have a one-time snapshot. If you're looking to buy a used EV, you will likely want to know the potential health of that battery pack. They also provide owner reports. So if you own an EV already, they can send you regular updates on your charging, the state of health of your battery, potential range, and things like that. You also have dealer reports for dealerships to have the battery health of all the EVs they have in inventory reported. It's free to use. Check out the link in my description below. It's a pretty cool feature if you're looking to buy an EV or already own an EV. Late night at the office, I decided to plug the IONIQ 5 in this morning, so we should have a full tank of full battery of electricity. Here we go. Go ahead and unplug. I'll clean that up in a second. There's a button here for close. To open it, you just press right there. Charging door opens. Go ahead and close it. We should have a full battery of EV range. I love the lighting signature up front. It's so cool. 275 miles on a full charge, 100%. Looks like everything just switched over to night mode. 100%, 275 miles of range. Has some interior ambient lighting. We can change the colors on that too. I think we go to setup, vehicle, lights, ambient light, color, custom color. There's like some preset ones up here, or you can just go on the color wheel, pick whatever you want. Go through the whole rainbow. Let's see, what am I feeling on the drive home? Let's do a light blue. There we go. That's nice. Made it home after a very long day. There we go. I do need to note that when I showed that range, we're in regular mode. So I have 268 miles remaining after my drive home, but you can see how much it changes when you change the drive mode. So Sport, I only have 260. Going to Eco would have 277, 268. So that's a quick change, but also anything even as minor as, let's just say I want to turn my heated seats on all the way. So the heated seat didn't have an impact, but if I change my fan speed for the climate, as that goes up, you can see the range is dropping. If I were to just blast, sorry for the wind noise, that would decrease my range by 6 miles. If I turn it all the way off, 271 miles, I don't think that's worth it. I would rather be comfortable and climate controlled. With that, we're gonna head back in and get some work done for the rest of the night, and we'll pick this back up tomorrow morning. The Hyundai IONIQ 5 is one of my favorite of the newest EVs, and I've spent time with the IONIQ 5 and the Kia EV6, they're siblings essentially. On that same platform, there's also the Genesis GV60, which I briefly drove. Haven't spent time with the higher power output version. There's an EV6 GT now with crazy power numbers, even faster acceleration. But this video here, we're focusing on the IONIQ 5, showing you what it's like to live with, interior, exterior, the technology, the range, and so forth. I just think the design is so cool. It looks like it came out of a video game. We have the square DRLs up front. The lighting is so distinctive and unique. Like, look at those rectangular DRLs. From an overall size-wise, when I first saw these in pictures, I thought this was more of like a hatchback size, like a Volkswagen GTI, like a Golf, but it is a small crossover, so it is pretty tall. A lot of these cool lines and geometric angles all over this thing. Even just look at the wheel arch here. You have these like angled cuts. And then around back, the taillights are so cool. Look at that. The little square pattern here. IONIQ 5 naming. I prefer the styling on the IONIQ 5 to the IONIQ 6. I think the IONIQ 6 looks kind of weird. That's a new one that just came out. Have a good sized trunk back here too. H-track. Because I believe this one is an all-wheel drive one. Gonna load my gym bag and backpack in here in a moment, head off to work. But yeah, the exterior is cool. The door handles pop out when the vehicle is unlocked. We'll spend more time checking out the interior too. These wheels are pretty cool. They're 20-inch wheels, have a bit of a silver and black contrast. And you got a good amount of sidewall too, which means as a crossover, it rides pretty comfortably on not so great roads. The front end though is so cool. During the day, you can't see. Oh, look at that. Yeah, you can't see the lighting on that front end. But if I unlock it, will it show? No, I think it's just at night. I'll show another glimpse of that at night. This blacked out panel up front with just a little camera. Hyundai logo. Yeah. All right. Let's off to work. You know, actually, I'm not sure if this has a front trunk or not. So let's pop the hood. No, EV, engine cover, right? You know? Ta-da! Yeah, that's not much. That is actually quite tiny. One of my favorite parts of some new EVs is the ability to have a giant front trunk. Definitely on the big trucks, right? Look at the F-150 Lightning. Not so on the IONIQ 5. It has just a tiny little bit of storage space up front. Look who came back from Australia! Hey! In Florida! Fabio and Lena. We are taking the Hyundai IONIQ 5 downtown. It's finally Friday night to dinner at one of our favorite restaurants, RPM Italian. So we're going to take an electric car downtown, which should definitely be much more relaxing in traffic. 100% charge again, 273 miles of range. And we are ready to go. So you swipe through. There's a button for warmer and ventilation. We've got both our cooled seats on, but this vehicle does not have wireless CarPlay. So, and I don't have my USB cable with my phone. So it has a wireless charger, but we're just running Bluetooth audio right now. There is no wireless CarPlay, which I don't know why. A lot of USB, but they're regular, like old-fashioned USB. They're not USB-C. So we're in normal mode, but if we hit the drive mode button, and this is sport mode, ready? It's not bad. And then we have eco mode, which is boring. You can act like if I keep my foot in the same place, you can feel the acceleration change from the throttle, not throttle, the go pedal position based on your drive mode. Let's go to sport again. So we are in some stop and go traffic, and we have highway drive assistant, which requires you to have a hand on the wheel. You can see some of those little icons. The steering wheel is green, lane keep assist. It's sensing cars in the proximity. So it's got a pretty good driver assistance system. We've experienced this a couple times. They call it HDA. Not bad. It makes traffic marginally less irritating, I guess. After some thunderstorms earlier today, it's cleared up. Very nice out. But the IONIQ has gotten quite dirty, but that's okay. We've been driving it downtown for dinner, to and from work. Gotta go run some errands. So we're gonna take the Hyundai. I love those taillights, they're so cool. Little startup sound. Nice calming little xylophone sounds. The interior of the IONIQ is pretty cool, fairly minimalistic. You have the two main center screens, and then a lot of really cool material uses. So we've got like a kind of leather material there. I think this is some sort of recycled trim. A lot of that square pattern on the door right there. On the seats, this is like a black leather with perforated inserts here. More of those square pattern that you see echoed on the headlights, the DRLs, the tail lights. They come up the seat here. Another cool pattern right there. Some trim along the side of the seats. Looks like it's silver. And then the door has all sorts of different cool textures. And because this is an EV, we have some pretty awesome packaging. So there's a USB port there, 12-volt outlet, space there. This is open. There's no transmission tunnel, right? So you can pass through there. And this entire center console will actually move front and back. There's a tab you can pull there. So that goes all the way back. And then you can move it further forward like that. This armrest here can lift up. And down here just have this massive storage space. You can put, I've got sunglasses, the camera case there, and then also there's a wireless phone charger right here, more USB ports. I don't see any USB-C ports up here though, so they're all the older style. 2 cup holders. But it's just cool that you can move the center console front and back. The doors have some pretty cool different textures and materials. Looks like seat memory. set that, door handle, and then this is just this opening here where you can grab it to shut the door. Yeah, the different materials are really cool. It's like a squishy, less squishy, cloth, leather, Bose sound system. On the left here, we've got auto hold, parking brake. You hold that to open the traction control off. Let's go do shenanigans. IONIQ 5 on the door sill. More of the little square patterns. Even on the steering wheel, there's no Hyundai logo. They just have the little square dots. Drive mode selector. Everything else is very intuitive, easy to use. Turn signal on the left. Transmission selector here on the right. So you saw the park buttons right there. And then if you rotate this up, it's drive, reverse, halfway is neutral. And on the steering wheel, we have these two paddles, but they're not transmission paddle shifters, obviously. They are for changing the level of regen braking. So the left one there has a plus on it, the right has a minus, and you see in the bottom left-hand corner by the battery state of charge, we have level 0. If I pull the left pedal, it goes up 1 level, 2. That increases the amount of regen braking when you let off the accelerator, all the way to I pedal. And then if I pull the right one, it'll go down level 3, level 2, level 1, 0, and it just will coast a lot more if you have it reduced. On the middle panel here, we have a lot of climate control settings. This is a touch panel, so you can increase or decrease your fan speed. And then we've climate/warmer. Those are shortcuts to pull up on the screen if I want to change climate settings more in depth. You see that there. And then if I hit warmer, that's a shortcut to get to the touchscreen control for your heated, cooled seats, your heated steering wheel. So you see I have my driver cooled seat on. You have cooled and heated seats on both sides. Plenty of different climate settings here on the right. Pretty cool. Blind view monitor is one of my favorite features. It just pulls up a live camera feed when you're gonna make a lane change or making a turn. That's in normal mode. It's pretty quick. It's got that immediate kick that you expect out of an EV. This one, I believe, is an all-wheel drive model. We'll take a look at the window sticker in a moment. You can see as I let off the accelerator in level 1, that's the level of decel. Look at the speed, I'll try to show it that way. If I increase to 3, or even I pedal, that's maximum. It's really slowing down. Let's go into sport mode. Gives you a little bit more of that immediate punch, but it tapers off as you get faster, as is usual with these EVs. The home screen is also pretty cool. We have the time, we have what music or podcast I'm listening to, battery, state of charge, your range, and also it pulls up like a little map of where you are. That's live navigation right now, but it doesn't actually put like road names or anything on that, so you'd want actual navigation, but it's a pretty cool home screen animation there on the center infotainment. Pulling into a parking spot at Costco, but we can pull up the parking cameras to see how terrible. Actually, it wasn't a terrible parking job. There we go. Of the overhead view camera. Wait, can I do? Whoa, yeah, it has the 3D exterior rendered view. It's next to me. It's like an Audi RS5. Hello, RS5. It's pretty cool, and it's live too. If I go into reverse. Oh no, come back on this one. There we go. Pretty cool. As I'm adjusting the wheel. I don't know if this way of viewing is more useful. Like overhead view is definitely more useful, but it's definitely cool. A lot of newer Audis, I think BMWs have this now, but it's fun. Nice, peaceful goodbye music. There is one downside to how open the center console area is. You can't hide stuff. So if I leave the car here, I wouldn't want to leave valuables because this doesn't like close up. You can put stuff in the glove box, which is actually decently sized, but it's not like I would want to leave like a phone hidden here or something like that. The driver's seat of the IONIQ 5 is pretty cool. It has this like lounge relaxation mode. So there's a leg rest here. If we press this, that leg rest extends out. And then if we press this button here, the whole seat is going to slide back and recline. Look at that. Get in here and see what this is like. Oh wow. We have relaxation mode in the IONIQ 5 in the driver's seat. I could take a nap back here, or not even back here, up here. I'm used to this in the backseat of the G90, the Genesis G90, which is like an executive luxury sedan. But in the driver's seat of the IONIQ 5, sit back and relax. Kind of cool. I have the panoramic sunroof there, which is dirty from the rain and debris, but makes the cabin feel nice, open, and airy. Here's the window sticker to this 2023 IONIQ 5 Limited all-wheel drive. It's finished in cyber gray, and they actually brag a little bit on the window sticker there. Hyundai IONIQ 5 is the 2022 World Car of the Year. 101 MPGe, you would save $4,500 in fuel costs over 5 years compared to the average new vehicle. As option, this one is $58,005. It only has one option, $210 for carpeted floor mats. Base price $56,500. It's just very well optioned as stock. So you have all the luxury tech features. This one is the dual motor all-wheel drive, long range battery pack, have the 20-inch wheels, the LED lights front and rear, plenty of tech with smart cruise control, the highway drive assistance stuff. There's a heads-up display, blind view monitor. In terms of warranty, we have 5 years, 60,000 mile new vehicle warranty, 10-year, 100,000 mile powertrain and electric vehicle warranty, and then also 3-year, 36,000 mile complimentary maintenance. Not sure what needs maintenance. Actually pops up. This one is due in like 400 miles, I think. It pops up in the cluster service in 400 miles. Still at 4,400. Not sure what is needed. Oil change time, I guess. That's a joke. We have a Rivian R1T in front of us. Another one of my favorite new EVs. A little pickup truck. Although those are way faster than the IONIQ. Today actually turned out to be pretty nice. Sunset, cruising back to the office, gonna get a workout in, probably charge the IONIQ 5 for a bit. We're at 65%. That's indicating 183 miles of range. And if I stop talking for a second, you can see that it's actually pretty quiet in here. Wind noise isn't terrible, tire noise, road noise. It's always harder in EVs because you don't have the engine, you don't have all that powertrain noise, right? So those other things become a bit more pronounced. Pretty nice, isolated, comfortable little crossover. 64%, 180 miles of range. It's getting darker so you can see these actually light up too. Let's put it a light signature. We have a Bolt. Yeah, for comparison, this is much wider, larger. Look how skinny the Bolt is. It looks tiny. IONIQ 5. I think this is a better all-around EV. All right, press that. Took 2 tries. You can see the first row of little square lights is not illuminated. Plug it in. I'm waiting for the lady's
Charging
voice.
started.
There we go, thank you. The first time that happened, it scared the crap out of me. If I lock the car, you can't Yes, I know, thank you. Need to get some stuff out of the car and we're gonna go work out. So this is by no means a fast charger, only delivering 6.1 kilowatts, so 64%. To full charge will take 5 hours and 20 minutes. I don't need a full charge, but here's a frame of reference for you, just a regular level 2 charger plugging in the vehicle. We're up to 80% charge, 2 hours 55 minutes remaining, but that's 243 miles of range. That is plenty. As I was walking up to the car, I did notice, even if it was locked, I wonder if this is the indicator that it's plugged in and charging up front. That is a light. Lighting out back is so cool. All those little squares and rectangles. With that, let's head home for the night. It was 84 degrees on Saturday, and now there is snow on the Hyundai. What? This... You could hear like breaking a little bit of ice as the door handles and the mirrors rotated outwards. That's an actual accumulation of ice and snow. Oh, no. This will do terrible things to my range, but I don't care. I will say, it seems like this warmed up very quickly. The windshield's already melted, cleared off the side windows. Those are melted. Must be an EV thing compared to a gas engine. That's to have the whole thing warm up. I did turn the climate down, but if you turn the fan speed to max again like I had it, kills your range. 90 miles remaining. But I go back to level 1, still have 109 miles left. On that cold and snowy note, we're gonna end our week living with the Hyundai IONIQ 5.
This thing is a really good EV. It checks all the boxes you would want. It's got that immediate kick, especially in sport mode, where it's actually pretty quick. It's got some nice tech features, nice luxury features. Highway drive assistant is nice. I personally really love the styling. It is a little polarizing. Some people think it looks a bit ridiculous. I think it's cool that it looks like it came out of a video game, and it really stands out among the crowd of regular vehicles, even in a normal gray, just because of the lighting and the overall styling, right? It is a bit bigger than I initially expected, which is a good thing, right? It's a crossover. When it first came out, I did think it was like a little hatchback just from the pictures, but this, the EV6, they're all really good electric crossovers. Definitely consider one if you're shopping for an EV. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.